In this video, I'm going to answer some beginner pottery wheel questions from the internet. Hi, Marie here, back with another Q&A video for you. There are basic things you want and need to know to get the best results from the beautiful pottery you're creating. You want a good wheel that's right for your throwing needs. Follow along as I answer the beginner pottery questions to help you select the pottery wheel that's right for you. My advice comes from personal experience and from other experienced potters. The first question is from Sarah on Facebook. How much room do I need around my pottery wheel? The placement of your pottery wheel is important. First of all, your wheel needs to be near an outlet. It should be plugged directly into the wall. Then you must take into account how much clay splashes around when you throw. This is an individual thing. Some potters tend to splatter their clay around more than others, depending on how much water you apply and how fast your wheel is spinning. So about 4 to 5 feet around is good. Do I need bat pins for my pottery wheel? No, you don't need bat pins, but if you love using bats, then yes, having bat pins is necessary. Bats are very convenient for taking your wet pottery off the wheel right away. You can also drill holes in your wheel if you don't have bat pin holes. They're very easy to attach. You just place it in. It's that easy. Do I need a splash pan? Beginner potters do use more water and are not quite skilled at the control over their wheel speed yet. So I would strongly advise a splash pan. Why are pottery wheels so low? The height of your pottery wheel is designed to get the right angle for throwing and centering. If your wheel is too high, you can't get enough leverage to center your clay or the right body position to throw. Do I have to spend an arm and a leg on a pottery wheel? This entails looking into your crystal ball to see what you'll be making in the future. Wouldn't that be great if we could do that? Okay, seriously. No, there are many different pottery wheels out there to choose from. It depends on what your intentions are. If your heart is set on someday throwing 25 to 50 pounds of clay, or if you plan on doing production pottery work in the future, then you'll need more of a workhorse pottery wheel with at least 1 horsepower, like this CXC pottery wheel. If you plan on making smaller pieces, which many potters do, then this smaller pottery wheel machine may be the right starter wheel for you. I made a review for this one that you could check out. There are also other wheels that you can choose from in my pottery wheel review post. I left links for you in the show notes below. Laura from my website asks, what wheel head size do I need? When it comes to the size of your wheel head, you have to think ahead. What do I plan to throw on my wheel? Pottery wheel heads range from 8 to 14 inches across. If you plan on throwing larger, wider pieces like plates and platters, you want at least a 12-inch wheel head. If you plan on always throwing smaller pieces, then a smaller wheel head is just fine. This question is from Jessie on YouTube. Do I need a pottery wheel with forward and reverse? Both of these pottery wheels go forward and reverse. Forward is counterclockwise and reverse is clockwise. In general, right-handed potters throw counterclockwise. Most pottery wheels will have forward and reverse. It is convenient to be able to change direction, but it's not necessary. If the wheel you get doesn't change direction, just make sure it goes in the direction that you throw. This one's from Vicky. Should I get a new or used pottery wheel? That's a good question. There are benefits to getting a new pottery wheel. No one else has used it, and you get a full warranty. With a used pottery wheel, you don't know how it's been taken care of or how much it's been used. If you choose to get a used pottery wheel, there are a few things that you should look for. Make sure the power cord is in good condition and has 3 prongs. How does the wheel sound? You don't want to have squeaking or grinding. Is the speed control smooth? And does it stay at the speed that you choose? Is the wheel head fast enough for you to center clay? Is the wheel head warped or wobbly? If you plan on throwing large amounts of clay, make sure the wheel head can handle at least 25 pounds of clay. Is the splash pan removable? It doesn't have to be, but it's more convenient to clean. You can get a good used pottery wheel for a good price. Ray from Facebook asks, should I get a pottery wheel if I don't have a kiln? Before you buy a pottery wheel, first find out if you have access to a kiln. See if there are any pottery studios in your area that will let you use their kiln. Keep in mind the prices to fire will vary. Community centers are a great place to check out. Some art supply stores that offer pottery classes may have access to a kiln. Your local community college or university might grant you access to their kiln. It doesn't hurt to ask. There may be local potters with studios that would rent their kiln. Social media is another good place to check. If you can't get access to a kiln, then I wouldn't recommend getting a pottery wheel just yet. Should I clean my pottery wheel after every time I use it? I've seen many videos with dirty pottery wheels. However, I wouldn't recommend it. Caked on clay is not good for your pottery wheel. After a while, any metal parts will start to rust. I would drain the splash pan regularly and avoid buildup in excess water and clay. Detach your splash pan after every use, if it comes off, and clean it thoroughly. Always clean your wheel with a damp sponge and water. Never use solvents, and never clean it with a hose. I would also suggest removing and cleaning your bat pins from time to time so they don't rust. Is there a lot of maintenance involved with a pottery wheel? That's the wonderful part of pottery wheels. They require little maintenance other than keeping them clean. Most pottery wheels are belt-driven. Shimpos have direct drive and belt-driven pottery wheels. With the Brent pottery wheels, the motor brushes should be replaced every 5,000 hours of operation, which is around 5 years, and the belt should be checked every 5 years. That's pretty good. For each brand of pottery wheel, you would have to check their manual to see what kind of maintenance they require. Depending on the quality of the pottery wheel you get and how well you take care of it, these pottery wheels can last a very long time. Some have been around for over 40 years. Don't forget to check out the show notes for information on anything I've talked about throughout the video. Please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you'll be notified anytime a new video comes out. I build my list of videos to create based on feedback from viewers like you. Any and all ideas are welcome in the comments section below. You watching helps me to create more videos. Now head on over to this how to remove pottery from the wheel video or how to throw a bowl video. If you do, I get to play with more clay. Let's stay dirty.